Hey number ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and tonight I was actually watching a channel that I've been watching since 1953. What? Anyways, the channel I'm talking about, of course, is Metal Jesus Rocks, because I mean, if you're into video games and you watch Metal Jesus Rocks, of course. You know what's funny though? Whenever I look at his channel and then I see his new stuff like PS4, PS5, it just looks wrong. You know, does that make sense? It's like I usually associate him with retro stuff, although I know that he does modern stuff, he does everything. Still, it's just one of those things, I suppose. Anyways, one of my favorite videos ever from Metal Jesus Rocks is this one from 8 years ago, How to Spot Fake Nintendo Games, Buyer Beware. And honestly, I might actually watch it and react to it just to make sure that if someone hasn't watched it, it might not be nice to check it out together. But I noticed that they posted something similar, still with her. She's awesome. And it's called, If a Game Store Does This, Leave Immediately. I kind of want to know, you know, one of those consumer-friendly support. And of course, she has a store. So I think we should check it out. Let's jump right into it. Let's see what we can learn. Also, goodness gracious, it's raining outside.
Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and I'm back again with Kelsey.
That's me.
Yay,
Hey.
You're here. You're here to help us rant.
Yeah, because we're angry, I think.
Definitely annoyed, I will say, because you and I have been collecting video games for a long time.
Tell me about it.
Many different cities, states, even countries. And we've often ran into things that are kind of just annoying and sort of red flags that people should look out for when they're trying to buy games, right?
Yeah, and full disclosure, I co-own a game store,
Right.
so, you know, I'm going to be a little bit biased here, but I'm also a collector myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, these are things that I try to look out for and try to make sure that, you know, not everyone's a bad guy for doing this stuff, but it's stuff you should probably keep in mind when you're shopping.
Sure.
Starting with number one, this happened to me actually, and it's really annoying. I was trying to buy a game that was in a case, asked them to take it out, and walked up to the register, and they changed the price on me.
Oh, you gotta be joking. That never happened to me. That's insane. So like what? You see $99, you bring it to the register and they tell you 159?
At the register.
Yeah, this is so weird to me
No.
because, so just for the, like, store owner background,
When I say no, it's not that I don't believe them. Of course I do. I'm saying no, it's insane that a store owner would do that. Be like, headbutt them and leave.
let's say you bought a game and you put it out for sale at $40, but lo and behold, you know, something crazy happened, a new hack was found with it or something, and now that game has ballooned to $80, and, you know, you want to charge $80 now instead of $40. But the thing is, when you purchased that game as the game store, you didn't purchase it
Yeah.
based on it being
Yeah.
an $80 game. You purchased it based on it being a $40 game.
Yeah.
Fair.
You're already making a profit with the $40.
Oh, and by the way, as the customer, I know that, or at least assume that that would be the case, that you were making money. And so I was pretty annoyed. And, you know, I'm not proud, but I ended up buying it anyways because I wanted it.
When he said, I'm not proud, but I thought he was going to say, I'm not proud, but I smashed his head against the glass case, fracturing his nose. But guys, you know, I had been drinking and it was one of those nights.
But the price was significant, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. Actually, when I left there, I was like, to be honest, I haven't been back.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, you know, sometimes
So it's a stupid business practice, and when it comes to the store owner as well.
even as a game store owner, you're going to end up accidentally taking a loss or two. But a good game store will just take that loss every once in a while because it's a really bad service experience to
Yeah.
have the price changed on you.
So-
They don't do that to you at the grocery store.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you were, if you picked up something like a thing of milk and you took it up and it was twice as much at the register? No one would put up with that. The second one also happened to me as well, and it was so annoying.
Let me just double check I'm not cutting Kelsey's face. That would be rude. I'm just going to double check the footage. No, we're good.
And that is that the store had a bunch of 3DS games, actually a bunch of different systems, and they had printed off
Star Fox 3D.
on their like home printer, like fake covers, which is not a big deal, but they were charging full price.
Nope.
Yeah, so that by
Nope.
itself isn't a bad thing if it's just a
Right.
printed cover. I mean, it might, some people might not care if it's
Yeah.
the official one on the
It can give you like an alternative to buying just a loose CD, I suppose.
shelf, but you shouldn't be paying the complete in box price
Yeah.
Correct.
if it's not complete in box.
And so I asked them, I'm like, why are you doing that? And their answer was exactly that. Well, most people don't care. But I was like, well, but I care.
Yeah.
The other thing too is that it was 3DS games, and so the spines looked close enough to where I had to pull them all out individually to look to see which ones were fake, which again was so annoying. I've never been back.
Legit.
That's going to be a theme.
That's the theme for all of these.
It is.
Number 3 is when game stores don't have any prices on anything. Now, I don't think this is like unethical necessarily.
It's lazy. It's like unprofessional. Not to mention it's a massive annoyance, particularly when you deal with retro. I mean, sometimes you go to a shop because, I mean, you can find the same game on eBay or Amazon, but the shop might have a deal. It did happen to me. I found a wonderful copy, complete in box, Nintendo 64 of Castlevania, but the price was like a third of what you normally get, and it was in very good condition, so I was happy to see the price tag. Like, imagine if I had to ask, and they have like 37 different games that I might be interested in. That'd be crazy.
It's just a really bad customer experience.
Yeah, because essentially it ruins the impulse buy. Because if I go in there and I look at a game and I have to check to see if it's what the price is online, which is most likely going to be pricecharting.com, then I know that pretty much every other game there is just going to be pricecharting.com, and there's not going to be any deals to be made there or anything to be found.
Yeah, and even outside of deals, like, it's just not fun to sit there and look every price up on your phone. I mean,
It might be good for you though if they help you with your impulse buy, depending.
that was my point, is that I'm not going to do that for...
right. I mean, there might be a game that I'm mildly interested in, and I'm interested in it if it's like, a $20 or less game, and maybe I don't know if it goes for $20 or less, but I'm not going to sit there and look up every single game. So it's just a bad customer experience when you have that.
Yeah.
And again, these are the kinds of things that they don't fly at the grocery store. I'm going to keep saying that.
It's true.
You got to have prices on things. And yes, I know it's a lot of work to price things, but
And so,
A job is work.
so let me ask you this. So the store told me that the reason why they didn't do that is because they didn't want to have employees go around repricing stuff all the time.
I mean, that goes back to what I said earlier, though, is that every once in a while you are going to take a loss on something. You may have bought it thinking it was a $10 game, and now it's a $20 game, and oops, your customer gets a deal. Oh no, your customer got a deal. And
Exactly. You can tell she's like a proper shop owner, like someone who understands the customer, because she's like a customer who became a store owner. That makes a huge difference.
left happy.
Well, but isn't repricing part of a retail store anyways,
Yeah.
right? I mean, because I used to work at Safeway. We did that, I think, like once a week or something like that. Like you had to, right?
And it's really, I mean, it depends on the store. Not every store is running with like a fancy point of sale system or inventory system or anything. So I totally get that it is like an annoying task to do and go recheck prices every once in a while. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you bought the game for X amount of money and it went up by $10, you're still selling it for a profit. And then you just have to every once in a while look around and see, okay, we haven't sold a copy of this in 5 weeks. Maybe it's not priced right. Maybe I can take a look at it again. But
or maybe just try to focus on the really expensive stuff.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that's, or like you're always mentioning, like, Pokemon games, maybe not necessarily expensive, but they move quickly. So
Yeah.
you do want to follow the market, right?
Totally.
Yeah, that makes totally sense. But no prices, that's annoying.
yeah. Number 4 is when they won't let you open any games to verify that they're legit.
Okay, that's very interesting. So I very rarely ask a shop to let me open the cartridge, because I think that's what they're talking about. Because of course it's not like, I don't think she's meaning you open a case and look underneath the CD. Usually you do that right before buying anyways. It's like common practice. I think she's meaning like cartridges, like NES, Super NES, that kind of stuff. I mean, I do get it, But then again, like for a hardcore expert like them, I understand.
Especially when they're expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's really no reason to do this. Obviously, opening a sealed game is a different story, but opening a cartridge to verify that it's a legitimate version of the cartridge is just common sense, and it doesn't affect the value of the game or anything by opening it. It's just held together with 2 screws. It's going to go back together the same way. That's always should set off your alarm bells a little bit, because it makes you wonder if they're trying to hide something.
Right.
To me, it doesn't make me think they're trying to hide something. To me, it makes me think they're being lazy, or that maybe, I don't know. I think I would see it happen not in a specialized shop where they really focus entirely on retro or that kind of stuff. It makes me think this is a shop that doesn't even understand what the heck they're selling. So at the end of the day, they kind of are worried that they're going to break it. I don't know. That's what I think. Or that they're just being I don't know. That kind of stuff. I'm going to have to try it next time I go to a shop like that.
And even if that game's legit, why is that policy in place?
That's true. And you're not opening it 3 times a day. Right? So it's probably once a week or something like that. Or yeah, I can't see that being an issue. So that's annoying.
Yep. So another thing to look out for is when game stores put stickers, real sticky stickers.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. When they put a sticker on a Super Nintendo cardboard cartridge box. Goodness gracious, it pisses me off. Even on CDs, to be honest, PlayStation 1 CD cases, it's insane. How sometimes I can't do it. There are times where you can remove it, and then you have to clear the glue out. But other times it's just impossible. It becomes a complete mess, and then it looks horrible. So sometimes you have to leave this. I don't know why they do it. I wouldn't do it even on a freaking PS5 cartridge. It doesn't even have vintage value. So true.
Right on the cardboard or right on the label.
So
Now,
annoying.
stickers come in all sizes and shapes and amounts of
Oh,
stickiness.
look at that.
And sometimes there are some stickers that are, maybe not quite as damaging or as bad.
To tell me what? Guaranteed? Yeah, guaranteed ruined, you muppet.
But really, anytime it's directly on the cardboard of something, that's
Or sometimes even on the plastic. GameStop is the worst at this. Sometimes, I don't know what it is.
they put it on the actual.
I can't, there's no amount of fingernail I can get to pull those off. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a game store other than GameStop do it where they put it directly on the cover art. But that's pretty terrible.
You guys do it right. I mean,
How do they do it?
props to you. I know. It's that's something I really love about your store. Is that, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, so we just use sticky note backs. So there's a thing that's basically just the sticky part of a sticky note, but it's a whole roll of that. And so we'll put the price stickers and all of the label tags and everything on that if we're going to put it onto a cartridge or cardboard or something like that. That way it comes off. A sticky note's not going to hurt anything, so that'll come right off.
I have no idea what she just said. Is she talking about Post-it? Is that what she's talking about when she says sticky note?
Sometimes they even fall off, which is kind of annoying because then it doesn't have a price.
I'll take that.
It's on it on accident. But so that's a good thing to do. A lot of other stores, and we'll do this sometimes too, they'll just wrap it in some plastic or something like that and then put the thing on top. Stickers don't really hurt the cartridge part of a cartridge, not the label, just the regular plastic. There are totally places you can put a sticker safely, but you definitely don't want people doing it directly on a cardboard box or directly on a label. That's bad news.
Especially when games are getting just so expensive too, and a lot of collectors like us care.
Which is really wrong, to be honest. I should make a video where I talk about that, how retro gaming collecting has become a stuff of the upper class and successful middle class. Retro gaming used to be something that nobody wanted because it's old school stuff, and so geeks and nerds and people don't have a huge income, people have a normal income, or even people that don't even have money but have a little bit, here and there, occasional part-time job and whatnot, Christmas gift, you could just go, because I mean the expensive stuff will be the new stuff, like PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, even PlayStation 3 when it was a new thing. But then if you were like, yeah, but there is this like game for PS1, it's so nostalgic, and look, I can get it for like $3 because it's all tech. I mean, it's still kind of like that in Japan, I'll be honest with you. Last time I visited, and then before that when I was living there, old school stuff, they have so much, and it's in such great conditions, by the way, because it's just how the Japanese are, that you can get some fantastic deals. But once I even bought an entire collection of Love Hina, the anime, entire DVD collection. I'm talking like 17 DVDs in box, pristine conditions, for $1. Not $1 per DVD, $1. The entire collection. I even had to double check. 本当ですか? 100 yen? I said to the employee, and he was like, ah, so desu. And then I was like, 買います. Boom, 100 yen, which is like about $1. And that was fantastic. But in that day and age, it has just become so difficult because of all the inflation and all the rich people that just understood that there was profit to be made. And then all of that stuff with the rating. I don't do rating. I'm against it. I have so much inbox, and I have quite a lot of unopened. I've been collecting for many, many years. I'm never going to have it. What is it? WADA, is it called? A grading rated. I don't care. I really don't care. I just keep it. I love it. If at any point, any of my games, I want to sell it, I'll sell it for a decent price that I can be happy, the person buying can be happy. And all of this, like, oh no, but you could sell it for like $1 million. Not that it would happen with anything that I own, but I'm saying I'm not interested. Like, I'm really not interested. That's not what the auction thing. No, I'll just sell it to another guy like me and like you. Like someone who likes the game, likes to, oh, cool, nostalgia, love it. Was my favorite game back in the day, Legacy of Kain for PlayStation 1. You got a closed copy, unopened copy. Yeah, sure, I'll take it, type of thing. And that's it. It's just for the bros. You know what I mean? And the girls. But not for these like business oriented, I'll buy the whole collection and then resell it for a profit margin, and no, that's not me. Anyways, yeah, so I don't want to finish the video, so that, click the link in the description, finish the video, see what the last one or two, and believe it or not, the next one is the most replayed part. So yeah, you got a good chunk of video still to watch, a little bit, and so I don't want to take the entire view from them, but fantastic videos always. Metal Jesus rock. Absolutely rocks. Thank you for watching. I'll go play something on Twitch now. See you.